this is going to be the December episode. Is that right? Or is this October or
November, I think.
For some reason, I published.
Oh, maybe the last one was November.
The other one November 12th.
Yeah.
So we're gonna release this one for Christmas.
Okay.
Okay.
We should have done Christmas horror movies.
Well, we'll record one on.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were gonna go see the zombie Christmas musical.
We definitely need to
Put Krampus on the list.
We could do like a special holiday episode.
Yeah.
Somehow we have actually made it to 12 episodes.
Well,
which is astounding.
Yeah. And I think our
time flies.
Our fan base has doubled since we first started.
Almost doubled. It went from 0 to 2.
Well, there's a couple people that respond to stuff on the webpage.
And I've been inviting more people, trying to get more people involved.
Are we going to need to get a velvet rope?
No, I doubt that. I highly doubt that.
Let me see some ID, sucker.
Yeah, so we have 3, 4, 5, right? So there's April, May.
Tastes better the second tug.
Yeah.
So that's bitter, right?
We lost the July episode. Episode 8 got lost.
That was the best one.
The best one ever, and it'll never see the light of day.
It was amazing.
Then we have September.
Yeah, I think your taste buds just have to adapt to it again.
Okay, so last episode was October 18th, so this is the November episode. Okay.
And I was not here for that one.
Let's talk a little bit about horror movie news and horror-related news, right? Got a couple things that are interesting to talk about. Number one, Sony, during a press conference, slipped 2 dates. July 10th, 2020, Venom Part 2. And October 2nd, 2020, Morbius.
Oh, nice.
With Jared Leto playing Morbius.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Isn't he still playing the Joker?
The Joker? I guess not. Well, Joker is WB, and
apparently Venom went crazy in Europe.
Yeah, apparently China loves Venom. They made more money in 1 weekend in China than they made through all the money they made in the U.S.
To hit $1 billion. Right?
I mean, I love Venom too. I just didn't love the movie.
Look, and I said this when we left the movie. Special effects, great.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. And Tom Hardy was a good Eddie Brock.
It was definitely an entertaining movie.
Right.
But the story was
garbage.
Shit. It lacked
garbage.
Soul. It was shit.
And there was some plot holes.
Yeah, it was just bad.
Yeah. Don't
get me wrong. I think, like you said, the Venom character and Eddie Brock, perfect.
And the fight scene between Venom and what was the other symbiote that...
See, that's the problem. You don't remember because the story was shit.
Yeah.
So that's quite a bit of ways out, right?
Yeah, but it was interesting to me because they had a press conference the other day talking about some other movies, and they let those dates slip.
I saw New Mutants back on the roster of movies coming out next year, too.
Yeah.
Speaking of horror.
The thing that bothers me about it is the fact that they delayed it as long as they did. They should just scrap it.
Yeah.
Let Marvel do it. Now that the Marvel Fox deal is going through, I would
they
take
should
that.
Scrap that and Dark Phoenix and let...
Yeah, but they're gonna release all those. Yeah, it is.
It's like when you release a fart. You're like, it's got to come out,
right?
You know, it's gonna stink. But
okay, so the last time we were on, Craig, you didn't make it, but we talked a little bit about Sabrina. Did you watch?
I have not watched any of it yet. I'm sorry. You can talk about it. Go ahead.
But this is all I'm going to talk about in the news. So the last time they were
the winter episode. Did you see that?
What? No, for the Christmas thing?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch a few episodes tonight.
Next month, Sabrina's...
Yeah, I heard they were doing it, a holiday episode.
Yeah. Oh.
Which, how that ties into Satan is, I don't know. But
Satan, Santa?
So they were getting sued by the Satanic Temple.
Uh-huh.
For their statue being a ripoff of the statue that they actually commissioned.
It looks a lot like it.
Almost
really does.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Settlement was reached. Basically... The Sabrina show is going to acknowledge the origin of a statue in the show.
Nice.
and some undisclosed amount of money was paid to the Satanic Temple.
Nice.
They were asking for $50 million, I believe.
Yeah, 50 million.
Did you see then that the Church of Satan stepped in and was like siding with Sabrina? And I just saw that like last week. I was like, really?
Basically, the way I see it is, no matter what the organization is, it was a clear, direct
Oh, yeah.
ripoff of existing artwork.
Definitely is.
And that's the end of the story. I mean,
And I kind of like them dudes at Temple of Satan. So
yeah,
I was
they're
like,
great.
you know.
Yeah, so that's interesting settlement. The other thing, the Clove Hill Killer trailer that was posted. Did you post that? Someone posted it, I think.
That was Chris, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Clove Hill Killer.
Yeah. It's on
the Clovehitch Killer.
It's on demand or something. Or
yeah, and I was looking at that, and I was watching the trailer that you posted,
mm-hmm.
and you know what I was thinking about? BTK. Do you remember the BTK Killer?
Nope.
Early 2000s. He was the bind, torture, kill. He was the janitor at a church.
No,
and it turns out he was killing people, and like nobody knew.
You know, the first time when you said BTK, I was thinking New Kids on the Block. I'm like, it was one of those.
BTK is bind, torture, kill. That was the name they gave him when they didn't know who it was, because he would bind his victims, torture them for days, locked into their own house, and then kill them. And when they would find these, it would be like the last one that he did that he got caught was a mother, a father, and 2 daughters.
I don't remember that at all.
Really?
No.
And it was everybody that attended the church.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it all the victims? Yeah.
Most of them, yeah. And he was like some sort of, like his mom, he was living with his mom, which right there, come on.
The moral of that story, boys and girls, is don't go to church.
Exactly.
Or you will be killed.
Dennis Raidner, his name was. Dennis Lynn Raidner.
Where at?
This was 2000. Oh, it says his crimes were from 1974 to 1991. He was captured in 91. Or date apprehended was 2005. So they say the last murder that he admitted to that kind of got him targeted was 1991.
Was it like the Bible Belt? Like where exactly? Seems like it'd be like a Mississippi or Alabama kind of
Kansas.
Thing. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Midwest Bible Belt retards. Yeah. Yeah. So he killed a bunch of people starting in 1974. Got away with it for a long time.
Yeah, he did.
And they had no idea who it was, but they gave him the name the BTK murderer because...
And he was just the janitor, huh?
Yeah.
What, did he have a motive?
No. He's just crazy. Just a crazy dude. And look, wait. Here's a nice picture of him that'll give you a little idea.
He looks like a principal or something.
Yeah.
He looks like the dad from that
and he had
70s show.
He had teenage kids.
Yeah, a little bit,
and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go and kill me some parishioners today. Eat some of them French fried potatoes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Life in prison without the possibility for parole. 10 consecutive life sentences he was given.
Damn.
175 years in jail.
If he was a cat, he still didn't even make it.
Yeah. Now, the other thing, now that we touched on this, did you see in the news they're running out of lethal death injections?
No.
The chemicals they use for that, they're running out of them.
We're killing that many people?
Yeah.
Damn.
So they're going to be doing the first fentanyl overdose death.
Guess that's the way to go, huh?
Yeah, the guy that's going to jail was like, hey,
all right,
man.
Party.
Load me up, baby.
Party.
It's a painless death.
Yeah, and you feel
Just
pretty
get
good.
Real high and pass out, and you're done.
That's it. Your heart explodes.
Yeah. So that's that'll be interesting.
Wow, no.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were killing that many people.
Yeah. And there's something in one of the chemicals that's difficult to come by, apparently. Definitely Google that and you'll find a nice article about it. And they have an video interview with the first person who's being put to death with a fentanyl overdose. Which I gotta imagine a fentanyl overdose is probably pretty easy to do considering the toxicity of it, right? But they say it's like 10 times more powerful than heroin, so that a little drop of it will be enough to overdose. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny to watch the interview because the guy was like, yeah, man. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Let's do this. That's weird.
Yeah. All right, so this month's top 5. We went with
Supernatural
supernatural slasher films.
Oh, was it Supernatural Slasher?
Yes.
Not just plain up supernatural slash.
Pretty easy to wing.
Yeah, just wing it.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. I missed the slasher part. That's what I get for not being here.
Halloween.
So let me just take a look at what order we went in
Because
last time.
I steered away from all those obvious ones.
So this week we're gonna go with Chris,
No.
Craig, and then Sal.
Damn it.
Unless you want to swap around.
Yeah, do you want to
Good.
maybe go...
Craig, Sal, Chris.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just copy off of us.
Yeah.
You're like the kid that didn't do his homework.
Let me see your list. What do you got there? Son of a damn. Don't show up last
No,
week.
what you're
Come
supposed to
unprepared
do-
this week.
You're supposed to convince the teacher that it was assigned for next week.
My dog ate it. That's what happened.
All right, go
It was
ahead.
All right.
Satan dog.
So, number 5, I went with Sinister. The first one.
Very good. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. It was a lot supernatural, I think.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I sort of forgot about it, and I was thinking hard. I was like, Sinister was pretty good. Some of the kills,
Absolutely.
the deaths were really good. Number 4, I went with The Fog.
Another great one.
Yep. Like I said, I'm sort of steering
Wait,
off
so
the obvious.
maybe I'm not understanding slasher. Supernatural slasher. So maybe my list is okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I took it was with, well, let's just go through our list and that'll be fine.
All right.
I mean, as long as people are killed,
Oh.
it's like sort of,
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I got it.
So The Conjuring wouldn't
no.
fit.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 3, I went with The Frighteners.
Is that
a
Michael J.
slasher.
Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good slasher, a supernatural slasher, because, yeah, absolutely.
There's, whatever that crazy.
Yeah, it was a murderer
Yeah.
that was
It's like a serial
possessing-
killer.
yeah.
For sure. Number 2, I went with Hereditary. I was sort of. It's not. It is,
I don't
and
know
it's
if that
not.
qualifies as a slasher.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, see.
Because there weren't that many deaths, if you
But
think
there
about
was.
it.
I mean, like I said, if you can, 2 or 3 is.
All right.
I know. I was on the fence with that one.
It's a stretch, but okay.
Well, that's why I did it on purpose, because I didn't want to go with the obvious.
All right.
Number 1, Dead Silence.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
That's that. When I saw that movie, I don't know. That was a game changer.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
I love that movie. And some honorable mentions. I went with Amityville Horror. And
That one works, yeah.
Phantasm.
That works too?
Yep.
Very good. That's a good list. Phantasm.
Oh, yeah.
Love Phantasm.
I think my list is okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Be fine.
My list. Number 5. Reanimator.
Oh, nice.
Reanimator. Great
Yeah.
supernatural slasher film, right?
Yeah.
Number 4. The First Power. Lou Diamond
Oh,
Phillips.
God. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. That was the...
I saw that in the movie theater.
Yeah, it was a good one. That
Lou
was
Diamond
old.
Phillips was
That was Main
chasing
Street.
a...
Yeah, it was
Was
Main
Demi
Street.
Moore in
Yep.
that one too? Oh no, I'm thinking of
some
Seven
redheaded
Sign.
chick. I
Seven
can't remember
Sign?
her name.
Seven
yeah,
Sign?
Seventh Sign. I'm getting. Yeah.
This one was a devil worshiper that was executed and then started hopping through victims, possessing them, and killing people. Number 3, Child's Play.
Yep.
Great. Again, same kind of scenario. A vicious killer gets killed and possesses the body of a doll and continuing his slashing murder spree.
Yep.
Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. It falls into the list of some of my favorite
Sure.
movies when it comes to multiple genres because it crosses a bunch of genres.
Yep.
And number 1 is Halloween.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Supernatural because he doesn't die. And,
Yep.
And none of us have seen the new one yet, right?
No, I have not.
We talked about that when we went to see the movie the other night. All right, so I edited my list on the fly here. What did we go with? Number 5, Shocker.
Yeah, perfect.
That would be a supernatural slasher, right? Because he
Boris Pinker was.
yeah. That was Clive Barker, right?
Yeah.
He did some good stuff. Number 4, Child's Play.
Okay. Good.
Number 3, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it.
No, I almost put it down on my list.
It's they're evil spirits and there's a lot of like death and
for
stuff.
sure. Absolutely.
What was that? Number 3.
His girlfriend gets decapitated, right? So
That works, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Always.
Because it's a dream guy and he's
It's supernatural.
New
of course.
supernatural.
It's just like the same theme of like possession and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's coming through your dreams.
Right. And then number 1 was Halloween. Because
Always. It's funny. Halloween is number 1 on 3 lists that we've done so far. At least for me.
well, when you do horror, I mean, if you've been watching horror for a long time, it's kind of one of the original like slashers.
Yeah, for sure. And it crosses multiple genres. You got supernatural, slasher, Halloween themed.
Yeah. And it's a classic movie too. Besides just being a classic horror movie, it ranks like as a classic movie.
Well, just like, I don't know if you saw with the new movie out, Jamie Lee Curtis did an interview and she was saying, like it or not, and in some days I don't like it, I am the girl from Halloween. And when I die, the headline will say, star of Halloween dies.
Yeah.
And she says, just like my mom, star of Psycho dies. It's like you'll be known for that forever because of how popular and how ingrained into pop culture it is.
I guess it's better than being known as the co-star of A Fish Called Wanda. Although that was a good movie.
It was a good
it was.
movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah, John Cleese, Jamie Lee Curtis. How can you go wrong?
Michael
Kline.
Palin was in it.
Yeah.
Kevin Kline was great in that.
Yeah, that was a great movie. I had to get my kids to watch it.
There's a sequel to it too, right? Sort of. Well, it wasn't a sequel. They brought back like pretty much everybody that was in the first one.
Yeah,
Was
but
it
it
Fierce
was called-
Creatures?
Fierce Creatures.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. And he like owned a zoo or something.
Yeah, it was.
It's actually
weird.
pretty good too. Sorry, I got off topic.
No, it's all right.
Started talking about Jamie Lee Curtis and those,
Exactly. Even at the age that she's at now,
yeah.
not that bad looking.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Just the gray hair. If she dyed her
Eh.
hair.
Well, she's a little wrinkly too, but still, she's like a gilf. She's a gilf.
A gilf now. Beyond MILF.
All right. So this month, the movie we watched, Overlord,
Yeah.
which I wasn't sure what to expect walking into the film.
They didn't really show a whole lot of trailers. I mean, you got an ambush of trailers like 1 week before it
Yeah.
came out.
And you figured it's World War II oriented. You
Mhm.
figured
Nazis.
Nazis are involved.
Yeah.
So who knew what
Scientific
it was about?
experimentation.
And when you think of, and I didn't even think of this when we went to see the movie, the name Overlord, right,
Mm-hmm.
is the code name for the D-Day operation that took place ahead of D-Day.
Oh,
And I didn't even realize
me neither.
that. And
so
I
that's
have a-
kind of what they were. That's
right,
what they were.
Because I have a buddy that's into World War II movies, and I said, "Hey, I watched this movie that you might like. It was weird, like in
Like
terms of
it was like
being kind of
Wolfenstein.
yeah." But I
If you
said
play
it's,
video games.
it was definitely interesting when you think about World War II because it really turned out to be
A war
World War
movie.
II
Yeah.
movie.
It was like 70% war movie, 30% horror.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I like war movies. Not as much as I like horror movies, but I like a good war movie.
yeah.
I don't
And
even know. I mean, it was more like comic bookish than it was horror, I think, though, too.
Yeah.
With the injection, what I mean? It wasn't, well,
yeah, maybe. I kind of made it in my head. I tried to associate it with
sort of like
You
a
know-
Bane kind of concept, I guess.
Well, they were. I mean, they supposedly were doing all kinds of weird experiments on.
Well, that's the thing,
you
right?
know.
So you have the history of Dr. Joseph Mengele,
Yeah.
and who else knows what else other scientific medical type experiments were done by other Nazi officers, right?
Yep.
trying to perfect like super soldiers or
Yeah, because you know that we know now that Hitler was very much into what's that eugenics.
Yeah.
Changing human genome by forcibly creating, mating pairs to get down to what you want in genes, right?
Oh shit! Even our country experimented on soldiers and stuff too.
Yes.
Like that stuff comes out like every now and again. Like,
yeah. So, in large, I was entertained by it.
I was entertained.
I mean, the beginning was really shocking.
It was pretty intense.
The beginning of the movie,
The first 10, 15 minutes
was kind of like the opening of Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Like the intensity and the like. I was kind of nervous. Like I felt like I was on that plane with them dudes, like getting ready to just drop over the war zone, and then the plane just starts taking fire and
the whole beginning. Full scenes there with all the airplanes in the sky getting bombed out and coming down, and you hear that loud screeching sound of an airplane kind of diving.
Yeah,
made me nerve-wracked.
It got you anxious, right? Yeah. It got you anxious, and then they kind of made you. When you're in stressful situations, you seem to form bonds quicker than if you're just kind of chilling out. And so I actually I cared about those dudes, even though the movie was only like an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I actually cared about them dudes
just because of that.
Because I was in combat with them.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good movie. And it's one of those things where J.J. Abrams was the producer.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys like hit or miss. Like sometimes he's involved in stuff that's great. Sometimes he's not. But this one was good. I really enjoyed it. And I think without any spoilers, I think anyone that's interested in World War II, anyone that's interested in those type of gory kind of horror movies, because the amount of blood and gore was good.
Yeah, it switched then too, like because it went from like the wartime gore to the science gore.
Yeah.
Yeah. My only issue was the female lead was cute, and she kept her clothes on the entire time. Not one boob flash or
no.
I was a little disappointed in that.
Yeah.
Was it PG-13 though, or was it R?
No, I believe it was R.
Yeah, I think it was R.
See, if it was R, there should have been at least a boob.
It's good. Yes. It's a good question. It might have been PG-13 because they do a lot of stuff.
There's all that blood and guts and no boobs. Yeah. It's probably PG-13. You can show all kinds of blood. You show a boob, you get the R rating.
Yeah.
Back in the day, though, you'd be PG-13 and get boobs.
Yeah.
Overlord is rated R.
Yeah. Was it really?
Yeah.
There was a lot of bad language in it.
Yeah. It got 81% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing bad I could say is, like I said, it kind of got really slow for me in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe because of that, the beginning of the movie.
Right.
You're like, whoa, it's like intense. And then all of a sudden it's like just stops.
Yeah, you're right. It was intense. And then there was plot build up.
Yeah.
And then intensity at like the last half hour. There was that
there wasn't any of the monster stuff going on.
Yeah.
It was just some bad German guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, again, it was more like 70% war movie.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, excuse me. Stupid beer. But I liked it. I would. What are we doing out of 5?
Yeah, I'd say 4 out of 5.
I'd say
that's too high for me.
I'd say. Can we do 3.75? Can I do?
I was going to go for 3.5, but
I don't. I liked it enough that I don't.
If not, I got to drop down to a 3.
Well, what's your biggest gripe?
He was saying that the middle part was kind of slow.
It was a lot slow.
No, you're right.
But I think
but that's my opinion. You don't have to agree. You could say 4. I could say 3.
Well, let's rip it all together. We'll say as a whole, 3.75.
3.75.
All right, works good.
Yeah, but it's good. I would definitely, if you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to find a decent action horror, I would watch it.
It's definitely worth watching. It was about an hour and a half, 2 hours long. It was a little
hour and a half. Yeah, I would say probably about an hour and a half.
See, that's the other thing I would recommend watching it on like DVD or stream or something.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be in the theater long.
No.
I get a feeling that it's like in his death throes.
Yeah, there's so much other stuff coming out, like the beginning of the year, and over the holidays. That
there wasn't a ton of people there when we either.
No, and there wasn't. It was the opening night too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we saw a 7:00 show on Thursday night. So, but I wonder what the budget was for that film. I can't imagine it was much. I mean, they didn't have any big name actors in it.
No.
I mean, there was some good effects, but
it made $18 million. It cost a little over $10 million.
That's it.
So they made some money.
18 million domestic, 15 million foreign, so $33 million total.
So they made some money.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, it's weird because again, they didn't. There was not a lot of hype for that movie,
and there was no real A-class stars in it either.
No,
it was good though. I liked it. I was entertained. It was worth a couple bucks on a Thursday night.
It was better than All the Devils Were Here.
I can't tell you much. Sir. That's you set the bar really low. You set the bar really low. I'm pretty sure most things will
moving
achieve,
forward. Everything will be excellent.
I'm pretty sure most things will achieve that status. What else do we want to talk about? Man, we're a little fast today.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. American Horror Story?
Oh yeah, have you watched the new season?
I have been, although I
finished
missed
it.
the last two.
Oh, all right.
So I'm not done yet. What did you think overall?
Considering they were combining Murder House and Coven, I had high hopes.
Yep.
Big expectations.
Yeah.
Murder House was one of my favorites.
Two episodes in, I was like, all right, I'm going to give this a shot. And then 4 episodes in, I'm like, okay, I'm invested now.
Yeah, it was a little weird. And to me, there were too many elements of it that were just comical. Like the two nerd with the bowl cuts doing the cocaine.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but to laugh nonstop.
I think this is probably the least horror of the American Horror Story series. I mean,
but Horror House was one of the more, I thought.
Yeah, and I liked Coven had a nice historical bend to it. It
wasn't
had
really
a lot of the stuff. No, but it had like a lot of history in it. Like,
the South.
real, like that chick, Kathy Bates. Like that's based on a true story.
Yes,
and the voodoo priestess that was real.
Yeah,
I liked that.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah,
she's a real witch.
But I was disappointed in this season, and
me too.
My biggest thing, like I said, too many comical moments, like the crying while masturbating. I just laughed that whole episode. I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
it's because Billy Eichner's in it. How can it not be funny, right?
Exactly. That guy's comical.
I really wanted to like it. I really did. This is the 2 seasons in a row now that I've been disappointed in American Horror Story.
Do you think this is it for American Horror Story? You think there'll be another season?
I don't know. I don't know how the ratings were, but if they were bad, I don't think.
At one point, when do they stop beating a dead horse?
Yeah. I would say it's probably time to pack.
Because I like I said, after like the last 2 seasons, I'm in no hurry to. Like, I'm not chomping at the bit saying, "Oh, I can't wait for next season."
I had a difficult time with Hotel. I liked Roanoke. A lot of people apparently didn't care for Roanoke. I dug it.
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite, but it was better than Hotel. Yeah, Hotel.
And then the last season, Cult was
that was not so good.
I was hoping for something better.
Zero horror elements. Yeah,
didn't like it.
That was like zero horror elements.
And then this one too. Like they had a lot of material to work with, and I don't know.
Asylum and Horror House were my 2 favorite. Well, I liked the Carnival.
Freak Show or Freaks.
Horror House is my favorite.
Yeah, I think Asylum was probably my favorite.
That one wasn't bad.
Yeah, I liked the Asylum. That was good.
Although I couldn't figure out the alien thing. Those things he was feeding out in the woods. They never really did tie that up.
When you think about it, if you look back at all the episodes and you look at the whole series, it's not put together very well.
No. It's too artsy to it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like not that I don't
the
like
Lady
art,
Gaga with the.
Well, that's part of the being artsy. You know what I mean? It's
there were scenes in there that were way too. It was like snuff film, fucking sex, and it was crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was one of those episodes where you're watching it and your daughter's sitting next to you, and you're like, "What the fuck am I watching here?"
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I had to explain to mine. I was like, hey, you know, I know you're watching this thing, and we haven't had the talk yet, but that's not representative of normal relationships.
Exactly. Yeah, that's yeah.
There's a couple others on Netflix that I've been eyeballing, you know, because you know you watch Haunting of Hill House and it says if you like this, check these out.
Yeah.
I can't remember shit.
I think for Netflix, Haunting of Hill House is going to be one of those things they're never going to outdo.
No, that was like insanely good.
I loved it.
That was insanely good. I was like shocked.
Yeah.
At how good that was.
Yeah. Even for the fact that they strayed from the source material quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think the interpretation they did was awesome. And not only that, we talked about this last week, but I wanted to talk to you about it. There is an episode at the mortuary when the dad comes in for the first time. The whole first 20 minutes of that episode was a single take.
Yeah.
The director gave an interview and he said they had to do it a couple times, but once they got it, he said the whole point was to build anxiety so the camera wouldn't cut off of people. It would do these sweeping motions throughout the whole 20 minutes.
Was that the one at the end where her body fell out of the casket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like when the dad comes in and he's taking off his jacket and he looks, you see the back of him. And then when he looks, he sees all of them as little kids and they swing the camera around him again. And when they swing back, the adults are all standing where the kids
I was
were.
anxious in that.
He said that was the whole point. It's like you didn't really notice it, but the fact that there was no cutting, that it was a smooth camera motion from beginning to 20 minutes in builds anxiety.
I didn't realize the guy who played the dad as the old dad was Timothy Hutton.
Yeah, the minute I saw him, I knew it was him.
The whole time I'm watching, I'm like, I know that dude from somewhere. And then, because I don't usually pay attention to the credits, and I was like, holy crap, it's Timothy Hutton.
Yeah, the minute I saw him, like, holy crap, Timothy Hutton looks old.
He does, right?
I was like,
that guy was Bond at one point.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Like Sean O'Connery and Roger Moore never looked old. Like they just like looked distinguished when they became like
shoe leather.
Yeah, like he just looks old.
But not only that, the young version of the dad. Do you know who that is?
No.
He was the lead boy in E.T.
Get out.
He was the little boy.
Elliot.
That was Elliot?
Yeah.
Get out.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
was
I can
Elliot.
see that.
Wow.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what else? Kim and I were saying how much. What was the daughter with the gloves? What was her name?
Theo.
Theo?
Yeah.
How much she really looked like the mom.
Yeah.
Like she looked a lot like her.
Yeah, they did a nice job casting everybody.
And I thought they did a good job, like with the kids looking like the adults too.
Uh-huh.
It'll be a short episode, but it'll
All
still
right.
be a good one.
So that we should do the extra holiday episode then.
Yes, definitely.
That'll
And
make
we should aim for that zombie musical. We'll go see that and we'll do the review of that.
Definitely. All right.
Awesome.
Peace out.